there is a difference between specific heat and latent heat. First difference, we will go as per the formula. When we talk about specific heat, we have a formula Q is equal to mc delta T, where C is that specific heat capacity. So C is equal to Q over m delta T. This is just a rearrangement of the above formula, so it is not that important, but this formula is very important. Q is equal to mc delta T. Versus when I go with the formula for latent heat, I just have Q is equal to ml, and L is that latent heat, and that will be equal to Q by m. Same thing when we are doing Q is equal to ml, that is relatively more important. Okay, now we talk about what is specific heat and what is latent heat. So when we say a specific heat, so it is the energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of any mass by 1 degree Celsius, then we call that energy as specific heat capacity of that substance. Okay, for any substance, there is a certain amount of energy required to raise the temperature. So to make it in a general way, we say that when 1 degree temperature rise is needed for 1 kg of substance, so for that, how much energy we are giving? So that is called as specific heat capacity for that substance. And it will definitely vary from substance to substance. While when we talk about latent heat, so latent word means hidden. So this heat is hidden because when there is a phase change, let's say when we talk about 0 degree ice to 0 degree water, you may notice that there has to be more and more temperature given to that 0 degree ice to melt to become 0 degree water. But where the temperature is going, the temperature is not used in increasing the temperature. Okay, temperature means I'm talking about the heat. When you're giving an external heat to 0 degree ice, it is turning to water, but that external heat is not being used in raising the temperature. It's just 0 degree only. So where that heat is going, so that heat is the latent heat. So latent heat is basically the heat which is required for phase change. And these phase change happens when anything is converting from solid to liquid or liquid to gas. The conversion of solid to liquid is often referred to as fusion. When solid is converted to liquid, we call it as fusion. That's why that heat is denoted by latent heat of fusion. While when it is converting from liquid to gas, we call that thing as vaporization. So, or we can also call it as evaporation. So that latent heat will be treated as latent heat of vaporization or latent heat of evaporation. Okay, so these are the two categories of latent heat, and it entirely depends on from which phase to which phase you are going. When I say phase, I'm talking about solid, liquid, or gas. So this is all about comparative study between specific heat and latent heat.